show. This is episode 1008, and we are here live in Southwest Florida at the beach. This is the beautiful Gulf of Mexico behind me, and this is part of the driftwood forest next to me. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully you're doing well. If you would like to say hello, please do so. If you'd like to share what you've been crafting or working on, I know we'd all love to hear about it. And if you have questions for me, please let me know. Hi, Thea and Lisa, Lily, Diane, Grace, good morning. How's everybody doing today? Happy Friday. Hi, Val and G, Kathy, Kat, good morning. Hi, Sunshine. Hi, Karen. Hi, Carrie, Lily, Julie. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Kristin Omdahl Show. This is episode 1008. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Let me know. If you have questions for me, let me know if you're crafting. Hi, Lisa, Judy. Oh, Christine, Kat, Sharon. Oh, somebody's working on the Sun, Moon, and Stars shawl. That's awesome. I can't wait to see it. Please don't forget to share it in the Share a Project section on my website so that I can upload your photos and what you used and share it with everybody else. Lori's working on the Lagertha shawl this morning. That's wonderful. The Lagertha, I don't know if I told you guys, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, so oopsie in advance. I'm Knit and Crochet Now is going to feature the Lagertha shawl this season on episode 13. Yay! No, this year on season 13. I still have to book my plane tickets. I'll be going to tape my segments the second week in May, which means I got to get working on Step Out soon. Yeah, I'm going to show you the whole area. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's so busy here this morning. I had trouble finding parking, so we're a little closer to the dredging machinery, so we can actually see it a little better from here. So I'll turn the camera around so you can see. See, we're a little closer today, which means I can zoom in even closer as well. Pretty cool, right? I think so. And here, let's see. And here's that tree behind me. Oh, let's turn around. We gotta see this for real. Okay, I'll stand up. Oh, yeah, nice grunt, right? I hate what a horrible habit that I grunt every time I get up and go down. Isn't that tree just amazing? I love this area so much. It's a little misty towards the horizon today. Don't know if it's fog or rain or what. I haven't checked the weather. It's very humid here today. The water's pretty clear, nice gradient. What is dredging? Dredging's where they dig out the channel of the pass, of the inlet, so that boats can come and go easier. So they make it deeper, make it wider, I suppose. I'm sure just like when we have storms and the sand surges up onto the beach, I'm sure it messes up canals too and inlets. So I'm sure that it's just part of the process of keeping things drivable, right? So when you're driving a boat through those passes, it needs to be, Joe said, oh, there is a fog alert. Okay, then I'm right. So it'll probably burn off because it's hot and humid here today. Anyway, so just like with any type of tumultuous weather that involves lots of churning up of the sand with all the rough waves, it's not only going to bring the sand to the beach and mess up the erosion on the beach, but it probably also really affects the canals and the channels that boats use to go in and out. So this is Wiggins Pass here, for those of you that want to look it up. I'm at Wiggins Pass Beach, one of the Florida state parks, and yeah, so I believe that is dredging machinery to widen and deepen the channel for boats to come and go, and it's something that I think just needs to be cleaned up after a lot of storms. That's my guess. I could be totally wrong, but that is my guess. Hi, Eve. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm sorry if I missed some names. I started answering questions instead. Yes, presumably great shelling after dredging or after storms, let's say. I'm not going to do any shelling for a while, but once I figure out where I'm going and where I'm moving and what I'm doing, I would really love to do some shell crafting, even if it's just to make shell beads for knit and crochet or some other type of home decor. Been wanting to do it for years, and I will do it eventually. Thanks, Judy. Judy's posting a link to the Del Norwegian State Park, which is where I'm at this morning. If you ever get to the area, it is my absolute favorite beach here in Southwest Florida. Not that there aren't other beautiful ones, but it's all the different nature here that's just so great. Sunshine. Thank you. Yeah, easy to collect too much, Joe. Absolutely. And I am in downsize mode right now. Regardless of where I end up moving and what I'm doing, I know I have to downsize, so I can't pick up shells yet. Once I downsize, then I can do projects again. But I have to really stay focused and disciplined here. Hi, Donna. Good morning. Someone mentioned that they liked so the video that I shared of me driving an RV was a test drive. I did not buy that one. That was a 29-foot Class A that I test drove last weekend just to see if I thought I was capable of driving one. Absolutely. I test drove it. I parked it in reverse, first try, drove it down the highway with a full-size bus passing me, with a full-size RV passing me, and with a semi-truck passing me. So I had to handle this, and I did all of it just fine. I survived it, so I figure if that's my first time, I can keep going from there. It was a very nice RV, but it was more than I could afford, and more than I could finance, so it wasn't the right one. So I'm going to have to look at some more, and I am going to see another one today, so yeah, I will let you know how that goes. If it seems worthy of a video or photos or something, I will share, but I am going to see another one. I'm going to see a Class C RV that's a couple years older than the one that I saw the other day, just to try to get it more budget friendly and maybe need a little more cosmetic work on the inside, as long as everything mechanical is sound. That's where I'm at. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to see that this afternoon. Hi, Warren. Welcome. Yeah, so I'll let you know what happens there. Yes, that's a great question, Diane. Absolutely. Yep, so I'll let you know how that goes. In the meantime, there's still yarn left, there's still beads left, there's still bags left, there's still accessories left, there's still a whole bunch of beautiful products for sale on my website. So if you haven't stocked up on everything you wanted, or there's still things that you're thinking about, there's still lots available. As soon as I finish discontinuing all the physical products, then I will work on probably the biggest sample sale I've ever had. And then after that, start downsizing my personal items and all that stuff. Diane bought a 26-foot Class C. Wonderful, and no regrets. Thanks for sharing, Diane. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm looking at one smaller than that and one bigger than that today. So, but around in that range for sure. So I will let you know how that goes. Yeah, so I'm caught up on shipping, so if you're ordering, orders are going out super fast, and I'm keeping caught up on everything. And yeah, and then maybe next week we'll go over what's left. So if someone's curious about what colors go together of what's left, I'll be going over that next week one day. But lots and lots and then I'll have new patterns sooner than later. I want to get through shipping and downsizing of the product first, but then after that it will be more patterns and more video tutorials. Yay! Lori's order is due to arrive today. Wonderful. Karen got an order yesterday. Wonderful. And thank you to all of you for placing your orders. Yeah, thank you, Eve. I hope so. I hope it works out. I've been having a horrible time sleeping, being so stressed out with so many things, feeling like they're falling apart in my life at the same time. But, you know, when one door closes, other doors open. When things fall apart, it's because other things are falling together. You know what? I'm practicing what I preach. I am focusing on my inspirational quotes more than ever, because that is what has always gotten me through every scary time in my life prior, and that's what I've been preaching for so long to so many people, and so I just want you to know that that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm still scared, I'm still nervous, I'm still having trouble sleeping, but I'm just focusing on what I can do in the orders that I can do them. So first is selling all of the physical product, consolidating that down, and then figuring out what needs to downsize from there. Looking at everything all at once can get so overwhelming, and this applies to anybody with whatever you're overwhelmed about. If there's a lot of things, a lot of moving parts that are overwhelming at one time, it's really important to focus on what you can control right now. We talk about this in practice, or we talk about this in theory all the time when we talk about inspirational quotes and staying positive and getting through stuff and staying in the present. But it's one thing to talk about it in theory, it's another thing to actually put it in practice when you are stressed. And so that's one of the reasons why I want to share all of this with you, because I want to show you that it's not just in theory. This stuff really does work. Thanks, Eve. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was really proud of myself. I did not see that. I did not know if I was going to be able to do it or not. I know so many people that are like, no way, I could never do that. And a lot of people that say, no, anybody can do it. So I'm glad to see that I was part of the latter group. How's Marlon doing? Marlon's great. He's loving his new job. He's making good money. He and Jess are still planning on moving in together when her lease is up in August. And yes, they will definitely be able to handpick anything they want from my belongings, from furniture, kitchen supplies. There's going to be so much that I can't take with me on my next adventure that I will be more than happy to pass along my good stuff to them. And I will be putting stuff in storage and, selling, getting rid of, free, whatever I can do to get there. Does anybody have any questions for me before I show you what I wanted to show you today? Don't the waves sound amazing? It's so busy here today. Yeah, I'm happy for Marlon and Jess too. Thanks, Naomi. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm happy for them. I'm happy that he's happy about his job. Oh, and they told him that he is not going to be a seasonal employee. They are so impressed with his work ethic and his attitude that he has been told that he's going to be able to stay in off-season and be a permanent employee, which was something that I was certainly concerned about when he first got the job. So cream rises to the top, baby, right? And that's what I keep saying to him. You're charismatic, you've got a great smile, you're hardworking. People appreciate that. And he's humble, so wonderful. I could not be more proud. Oh, thanks, Judy. Yeah, I could not be more proud that he's doing well in his job. And it's an opportunity to make good money. Thank you, Whitney. Right now he's working at one of the high-end country clubs here as a food runner, and he's been told that in off-season he's going to get promoted to a waiter position, and it's a place that's super high-end and they make a lot of tips there. And it's probably great networking for him to figure out where he might go or what he might do after that. Very influential people there. They get high-end sporting events that come through. PGA comes there for events, so it's a pretty fancy place for him to get his foot in the door. And I've always said, I encourage anybody 18, 19 years old to have an experience working in a restaurant to start with. I think it's a very humbling experience, and I think it's a very good, just a very good experience in general. And it's something that I did when I was younger, and I'm really glad that he's getting that experience. And for the person asking, yes, he has contacts now with their tennis department as well. So he could absolutely transfer over to tennis coach there too. Yep, it's a great place for him. He's getting along with his bosses really well. And the customers are liking him. So far, so good. Yeah, now one of the reasons why I'm not sleeping well is that there's a little bit of a disconnect between when I think I need to leave our home and when he is moving out, so there's a bit of a gap there, so it's very stressful, but there's a spare bedroom at my mom's place. There is going to be a spare sleeping area in an RV if that's the route I go, and if I find a 2-bedroom apartment, I'll be able to convert his bedroom into a video studio once he is officially moved in with Jess. So all the reasons why I'm not sleeping. Yes, who wouldn't like Marlon? Absolutely. But you know what? Some people, some people are intimidated by friendly, hardworking people too. So the fact that he's being appreciated there is actually really wonderful. Sometimes when people don't like you, it's not about you, it's about other people. It's about, like we often say, other people's opinions of me are none of my business, unless it's your boss, right? And so when he was working at the tennis store where he was stringing rackets for them, he was invited to play tennis with the owner and the manager one day, and because he was so much better than them on the tennis court, they treated him poorly in the shop afterwards. And it wasn't because he didn't do his job well, it's because they were jealous of his skills on the tennis court. So, yes, everybody ideally should like Marlon, but sometimes people don't like other people because it's a reflection of their own issues. So it's the fact that he's being appreciated for his hardworking ethics and personality and customer service skills now is really wonderful, and I'm so grateful for that. But thank you for asking about him, and like I've always said, ask me anything if it's something about, it was immature, but it's also part of the world we live in. It just happens, right? It happens. Right. Right, Whitney. Yeah, and so I have often tried to coach him on how to talk to bosses in his previous jobs when the bosses weren't treating him the way they should, and that's a hard thing to teach somebody, especially when their feelings are hurt. But on the flip side, he's now in a place where he feels appreciated, he feels welcome, and he feels part of a team. So what more can you ask for, right? What more can you ask for your child to be feeling appreciated in their job, feeling accomplished in their job, and to be making a good living, making good paychecks. So, oh, sorry, I missed that. Yes, it is morning where I'm at right now. So I'm in the Eastern time zone of the United States. I am in Southwest Florida, and I start this live show every day at 9 a.m. my time, which is Eastern time zone. So if you live in other parts of the world, you would just need to, figure out what time that is for you. And what are we, 18 minutes in? So that would make it around 9:18 right now. So whatever time it is for you, you can figure, probably 9:20. I was a little bit late this morning. I got all the way down here and forgot my tripod in the car, so I had to run back. There's always underlying reasons, Martina, if someone's not if you're treating people well and they're not treating you well in return, there is always an underlying reason, and oftentimes it has nothing to do with you. So it is important to try to let that stuff go. I brought a different, I had this urge to pick up volume 3 or volume 1, issue 3 of the Create, Share, Inspire notebooks this morning. I don't know why, so maybe we'll be able to pick out a random quote that we all love today. I do want to point out that I remember where I was when I shot this photo. This was sunset at Barefoot Beach, and I had gone to one of my favorite casual Cuban restaurants on Bonita Beach Road that night and picked up, it was called Taco Mix, and I think it's in like an old converted taco. Remember when Taco Bell's, what they looked like in the 1980s? I feel like it's that kind of a restaurant that when the Taco Bell was gone, they converted it to this Cuban restaurant, so they didn't do much change on the interior. It kind of has like an old 80s vibe to it, but it's an amazing Cuban restaurant, and if you ever get to the area, Taco Mix is wonderful. They have El Pastor tacos that are out of this world. That's where I first had that, and all sorts of yummy food. Anyway, on this particular night, I had picked up food carry out from there and took it to the beach to have a beach picnic all by myself. And at first I was worried about it, thinking it would make me feel lonely to do a beach picnic. And turns out it was the exact opposite. I loved every second of it. I shot this photo, used it on the cover of this book, and now not only was it not lonely, but it was wonderful. I get to remember it every time I pick up this book. So I love that. I love that. I love remembering each of the days of the photos, and I tell them to you pretty often when one reminds me of something that I was doing when I shot it. So anyway, why don't we pick a quote? And I have a little tutorial for you here this morning too. It's not going to take very long, and it's just an idea that's been whipping around in my head, so I'll show you what I've been thinking about. All right, we're going to randomly pick a quote. Oh, exactly, Whitney. You're never lonely with tacos and the beach. I believe that night I had a tostada, which was out of this world. And one of the things that I do when I go to restaurants like that is I order pineapple soda from, I think it's a Mexican brand called Dorito. It's in a glass bottle. And I learned about it when I went to Jamaica many years ago. And I've loved it in small restaurants like that ever since. I don't buy it at home because I don't buy soda at home because I drink it all. But yeah, pineapple soda. Anyway, we've got a good one here, guys. So I'm on page 14 of Volume 1, Issue 3 of the Create, Share, Inspire notebooks. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is a good one. And it's kind of timely for me right now, but I hope it's timely for you as well. I think this could apply to anybody. This is from Emily Dickinson. The soul should always stand ajar, ready to welcome the ecstatic experience. We should always be ready for something wonderful to happen. Always be ready for the next wonderful thing to happen. That's how I would paraphrase this for myself. Thank you, Emily Dickinson. I needed this. I think we all need this. We could all use this all the time. Thank you, Emily Dickinson. The soul should always stand ajar, ready to welcome the ecstatic experience. Wow. Amazing, right? Amazing. Whew. Yeah. Oh, in case anybody's wondering, Bjorn's doing better too. Bjorn is starting to come around and be better. He's not as sad as he once was, and he's leaning towards me for comfort, which is making me feel really grateful, because I was really worried about him at first, being that he and Becker were so incredibly close. But he's leaning towards me instead of taking off and being by himself, so I'm really grateful about that. And I've been starting to plant seeds with him, telling him he's going to be an adventure kitty soon. Oh gosh, it'll be good. We're getting ready for keeping ourselves open to the next ecstatic experience. It's been very hard on Bjorn. It's been hard on both of us, but figuring out how to comfort an animal that doesn't speak is really difficult. All right, I have missed a whole bunch of side conversations while talking and looking at stuff, but that's okay. So the next thing I wanted to show you is something that I've been working on. Where are my knitting needles? My bag's a mess. Hold on. Hopefully they're here. Okay, here they are. So, you may have done a knit cast on before, and you may have done a cable cast on before, and you may have even done a purl cast on before. But what I was thinking, and you may have done all sorts of different types of cast on before, but like I said previously a while ago, I really want to make a loungewear set in Be So Easy yarn, and so I'm starting with the shorts, and the shorts I want to have a rib waistband with a drawstring. Probably do it with eyelet holes for the drawstring and not do an encased drawstring. I don't want the extra bulk. So in order to do that and start the cast on there and work down, I want to get a really nice edge to that ribbed beginning. And I thought, well, you want it to be stretchy, right? So knit cast on is ideal for a stretchy cast on, and you know, those of you that have followed my knitting patterns for a while know how much I love a knit cast on. And hold on, I'm tangled here. Let me see if I can untangle this. There we go. Find a little side pocket for this to get it out of the way. Okay. So my idea was to alternate a knit cast on with a purl cast on so that I would have a smooth transition going from the cast on to the knit one, purl one rib, and also for it to be stretchy. Also, oh, is Jebby Mama here? That's my friend Janelle, who used to live here, and our kids grew up together, and she lives on the east coast of Florida now. Hey, Janelle. Okay, so who wants to see a combination of knit and purl cast on? Oh my gosh, my foot fell asleep. And I don't often sit here in sneakers, and so I was trying to sit like I do barefoot, but in sneakers, and my foot fell asleep. That was horrible. All right, but I want to try to angle myself so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, can you see my hands pretty well here? This is so cool. Okay. All right, so a knit cast on is when you insert the needle to knit and you pull a loop through, but instead of dropping the stitch off that you just knit, you slide that new stitch to the left-hand needle. Now to purl cast on, we're going to put the yarn in front, insert the needle as if to purl, pull the yarn over, and then slide that up onto the needle. And then we'll switch back to yarn and back, insert as if to knit. Am I in the camera? I hope so. Knit and slide onto the needle. And then yarn in front, insert as if to purl, yarn over, pull up a loop, and slide it onto the needle. So it's knit cast on and then purl cast on. I'm going to look at the camera real quick and make sure that that was a good angle. If someone could just let me know if that was a good angle or not, or if I should do it again in a different angle, let me know. I'm happy to redo it. It was good? All right, you want to do it one more time then? Isn't this kind of cool? I feel like I could just do this all day. There's something really relaxing about it. So you're going to insert as if to knit, yarn over, pull up a loop, and slide it on your left-hand needle. Then yarn in front, insert as if to purl, yarn over, and pull up a loop and put it on your needle. So for my cast on, I'm going to alternate a knit one cast on with a purl one cast on, and then I'm going to have not only a beautiful transition between knit and purl for my knit one, purl one rib, but I'm also going to have a stretchier edge because a knit or purl cast on is traditionally stretchier than a long tail cast on or some of the other or a cable cast on or some of the other techniques. So I think it's going to be good aesthetically, and I think it's going to be good stretch wise. And it's going around my belly, so yeah, a little stretch would not hurt, right? So this set is going to be hopefully drawstring shorts, a tank top, and a cardigan. Like a cardigan slash robe sort of a look, but not super long. I want the whole and honestly, I'm really inspired by, there's a brand of clothing called Skims by Kim Kardashian, and she has done these loungewear sets, and they're super expensive, but in these fluffy materials and in really neutral colors, and the whole set is so pretty to me, but I don't want to spend the money on it. So I thought this would actually be really great, and because it's a thick textured fabric, I thought doing it in easy would be not only super cozy, but would also be quick to work up as well. And so that's been the whole inspiration behind it. And I thought the shorts were going to be the hardest part, so I'm starting with the shorts. But I'm starting with the shorts, then the tank top, and then I'll make the cardigan based on how much is left. Like I'll have to figure out how much yarn is left to figure out the sleeve length and the body length. But however long I can go for the robe, I will, but it'll depend on how much, yardage at that point. It is great that we can make our own garments, and hey, pat on the back to all of us and applause for all of us that we all make, that we all know how to make stuff, right? Love, love, love making stuff. It's so empowering. It's so relaxing. It's such a creative outlet for all of us. Great way to give thoughtful gifts. Like, my goodness, there's so many reasons to make things yourself, right? All right. Well, looks like we are out of time. How about one more quote? That was a pretty awesome one I found, but let's do one more quote since I love doing them randomly too. Okay. Oh, this one's so good too. I say that about all of them, I know, but they are. Oh, and you notice I'm still wearing my rose-colored glasses. I definitely need to, I feel very symbolically that it's important to wear rose-colored glasses every day right now. This quote is from A.A. Milne. Weeds are flowers too, once you get to know them. Yes, yes. Some of the prettiest flowers could be considered weeds or whatever. Yes, don't judge a book by its cover. A.A. Milne, thank you so much. Weeds are flowers too, once you get to know them. Yes, I love it. Isn't that nice? Both great quotes today. Both great quotes. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the beach, the sound of the waves, my little tutorial, my updates on Marlon and Bjorn and RVing and yarn and all the other fun stuff we talked about today. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Make sure to make some time for self-care this weekend. I will too, I promise. And I'll see you Monday for the next episode of the Kristin Omdahl Show. Bye-bye.